Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome or welcome back to Chef Vic Cuisine. Today we're making tabouleh, my take on a classic Mediterranean dish where in this case you have more bulgur wheat in proportion to the parsley. I feel like this version of tabouleh is absolutely delicious and I hope you all enjoy it. So let's get started. Hey everybody, I'm Chef Vic, and today we're diving into the world of Mediterranean cuisine to create a vibrant and refreshing dish, tabouleh. This mouth-watering salad is bursting with fresh herbs and citrus, and I can't wait to share some exciting tips to help you master the art of making tabouleh. Let's get chopping. So to get things started, we're going to add 2 cups worth of bulgur wheat into a large stock pot. We're going to follow that up with adding 2 cups worth of vegetable stock and 1 teaspoon's worth of kosher salt. My version of tabouleh has more bulgur wheat in comparison to the amount of parsley, but you can always opt for the more traditional version of tabouleh, which adds a lot more parsley than I do. So you want to bring this stock pot to a boil, and then once it's boiling, you want to reduce the heat to low and allow the wheat to simmer for about 12 minutes. And while it's simmering, we can prepare the rest of the ingredients we'll need for the tabouleh. First off, we're going to need 3 green onion stalks that we're going to finely chop along the length. We're going to set those green onion stalk bits aside while we also chop up 2 tablespoons worth of fresh mint leaves, chopping those up into really fine pieces. And to add that citrusy element to our tabouleh, we're going to need the zest of 2 large lemons, as well as the juice of each, which we're going to use later on in the recipe. Next up, we're going to need half of a large English cucumber that we're going to first slice along the length, and then we're going to double back with our knife and cut those slices into quarters. That way we ensure that refreshing bite of cucumber in each spoonful of our tabouleh. At this stage, the simmering process for our bulgur wheat should be done, and then we want to transfer the wheat to a separate bowl using a fine mesh sieve, removing as much liquid as we can while also fluffing the wheat with a fork. We want to place this bowl of bulgur wheat aside and allow the wheat to rest for 20 to 30 minutes. Next up for the recipe, we're also going to need 4 Roma tomatoes that we're going to first slice in half and then slice along the length of those halves to create smaller pieces, and I like to quarter those as well. You also want to remove as much of the seeds as you can from Roma tomatoes and set that aside for now. So now in a large bowl, we want to add in our rested bulgur wheat, fluffing it once more with a fork, before adding half a cup's worth of extra virgin olive oil, followed by the juice of our 2 lemons. And here is when we're going to add the zest of those lemons as well. We want to give these ingredients a good mix until all the bulgur wheat is coated evenly. Here we want to add in our chopped up cucumbers, followed by our diced tomatoes, the chopped green onions, as well as our diced mint leaves. We want to fold this mix gently until all the ingredients are evenly incorporated. Now let's set this aside while we work on the piece de resistance of this dish, the parsley. In total for this recipe, we're going to need 3 cups worth of parsley finely chopped. And I use the curly parsley for this dish. But take your time on chopping this up into fine pieces. You want to ensure that the parsley flows evenly within each bite of the tabouleh. Now you can add the parsley to the rest of the bowl and fold this into the rest of the ingredients to create your tabouleh. Allow this to marinate for about 30 minutes so that all the flavors can all mix well together and settle. And after it's had time to marinate, you can taste and add some additional salt and black pepper to your own personal taste. You want to transfer this to your bowl of choice, serve it at room temperature, and enjoy. And just like that, you've made tabouleh right at home. This will last in an airtight container refrigerated for up to 1 week. This makes enough for 8 large servings, and if you can't find bulgur wheat near you, you can always substitute that for quinoa Have you made tabbouleh before? If so, what are your favorite ingredients to add in your tabbouleh? Let me know down in the comments. And when you do try this recipe at home, be sure to tag me at Chef Vic Cuisine or hashtag Chef Vic Cuisine so I can see your great takes on this dish. As always, this recipe and many more can be found in my cookbook, Chef Vic Cuisine Volume 3, Upgrading Your Inner Chef. And that's available on Amazon, and I'll be sure to leave a link to that in my description box. And feel free to click the pop-up on your screen for more information on that as well. Thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed learning how to make tabbouleh. And if you did, make sure you smash that like button for me. It's one of the best ways to show support for this recipe. And if you're new to the channel, my name is Victor and welcome to Chef Vic Cuisine. It's my goal to create new recipes for you each and every week that you can make at home for yourself, your family, or your friends. So if that sounds good to you, make sure you click that subscribe button too. And sharing is caring, so if you enjoyed this recipe and think someone else will too, feel free to share this with all your family and friends. And stay tuned for next week where I show you this awesome breakfast or dessert idea, my Rice Krispie treats. Much easier than you think to make right at home. Well, thank you all again so much for watching. I truly do appreciate it. Your support really means the world to me. If you did enjoy this recipe, be sure to subscribe to see more just like it. You can always check out my recipes on my page now. YouTube thinks you'll like this video, so let's see if they're right. And I'll catch you next time on another episode of Chef Vic Cuisine. And until then, peace.